Algebraic expressions. Simplify this. So here we are given 12x plus 5y minus 7x plus 3y. So we will collect like terms. So like terms are the ones with same variables, same exponents. So 12x and 7x are like terms, and 5y plus 3y are like terms. So 12x minus 7x will give us 5x, and 5y plus 3y will give us 8y. For the second one, now here we will simplify the brackets first. So we will say y subtract 4 bracket y subtract, now 3 gets multiplied into the bracket, so we get negative 3y plus 6 plus, because negative 3 times negative 2 will give us positive 6, bracket complete, subtract 5. Simplifying furthermore, we get y. Now 4 gets multiplied in the bracket, or you can leave 4 as it is for now and simplify inside the bracket. Y minus 3y will give us negative 2y, 6 stays 6, subtract 5. Again 6 subtract 5, 1, we cannot do that because there is a bracket. We need to take care of the bracket first. So what we can do now here is multiply 4 inside the bracket. So negative 4 times negative 2y will give us positive 8y, and negative 4 times 6 will give us negative 24, subtract 5. Now collecting like terms, y plus 8y will simplify to 9y, and negative 24 minus 5 will simplify to negative 29. So the result will be negative 9y minus, so y plus 8y will be 9y, and negative 24 minus 5 will be negative 29. Now for this one here, we are given ax plus b equals cx minus d, and we are asked to rearrange for x. So what we can do here is, if there were numbers, we would have collected like terms. So we need to have x's on one side, the terms with x's on one side, and terms without x's on another side. So what we can do here is, we can reorder, or we can do opposite operations to have these two together and these two together on one side. So what we end up getting is ax minus cx equals negative d minus b. Simplifying this further, x is a common factor, so we can bring x out. We get a minus c times x equals negative d minus b. Now if I want x alone, it is being multiplied by a minus c. Opposite of multiplying is dividing, so we get negative d minus b over a minus c. But again, your assessment test will be a multiple choice. This might not be one of the choice. So another possible way would be multiply numerator with negative 1 and denominator with negative 1. So we could have d plus b or b plus d, doesn't matter, divided by negative a plus c as the solution. Or we can have b plus d over c minus a. All of them are possible answers. So you could have this as one of the choice, this as one of the choice, or this. All of them will be correct solution. Now for the next one, we are asked to expand. Some of us know this formula, that a minus b complete square simplifies to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Some of us might not know this. So there are few ways to approach this. If you were to apply this formula to solve for that problem, we can say 2a minus 3 square is 2a square minus 2 times 2a times negative positive 3 actually plus 3 square, which end up giving us 4a square minus 2 times 2 times 3 will give us 12. So we'll have 12a plus 9. Now let's say we didn't know this formula. Another way to approach this problem will be, we write 2a minus 3, another 2a minus 3, and then we multiply with these two. 2a times 2a will give us 4a square, 2a times negative 3 will give me negative 6a, 3 times 2a but negative will give me negative 6a, and lastly negative 3 times negative 3 will give us positive 9. Now these two are like terms, so simplifying it further, we get 4a square minus 12a plus 9. Either way, we end up with same result. Similarly, for number 5 here, we are told 5a minus y times 5a plus y, and we are asked to expand. Some of us know a minus b times a plus b simplifies to a square minus b square because middle terms cancel out. If I were to use that formula here, 5 minus y, 5 plus y, where my a is 5, my b is y, I can just directly simplify these to 5 square minus y square, which will be 25 minus y. But what if we didn't know that? If you don't know that, another way to approach like the last one will be multiply them. So we do 5 times 5 giving me 25, 5 times y giving us 5y, negative y times 5, another negative 5y, and lastly negative y times y will be negative y square. Now these two cancels out because it's plus minus with the same terms. So the result ends up being 25 minus y square. So it will be 25 minus y square. Same like previous one. Previous one here I missed a square. It should be 25 minus y square. Now for factoring, again there are few ways to approach this. We want to find two numbers that multiplies to negative 1. Negative 1 is coming from the middle term here. We want two numbers, sorry, not to multiply, two numbers that adds up to negative 1 and multiplies to negative 6. So I'm looking for two numbers that multiplies to negative 6, and those two same numbers has to add up to the middle term, which is negative 1 here. So two numbers adding to negative 1, multiplying to negative 6. So possible numbers multiplying to 6 are 6 and 1, but those two will never add up to 1 or subtract to 1. Another choice is 2 and 3. Now we'll have to decide the sign. Those two numbers does add up to 6, and subtracting them will give us negative 1. So now sign wise, we want one number to be positive, one number to be negative, so that when we multiply them, we end up with a negative number. Now which one will get which one? Because I need a negative 1, so negative 3 plus 1 plus 2 will give us negative 1. So the two numbers multiplying to negative 6 and adding to negative 1 are 2 and negative 3. Once we have those numbers, it's a matter of writing like this: x plus 2, x minus 3. And those two numbers are coming from here or here. Now let's say we weren't sure how to factor. Another way for your test purpose, because it's a multiple choice, you can go backwards. You can try to multiply all possible answers given to you and check which one will match with this one. Okay? And that's how also you can select the correct answer. But it's better to know how to factor because it's very useful to know how to factor.